Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
I got you, baby. I got you, baby.
Rise and shine, woodchuck chuckers. It's Groundhog Day. So it was exactly 30 years ago today. 30 years ago. Glenn and I did this bit where, on Groundhog Day, obviously, where our street geek, that's what we called him anyway. It's the guy we sent out on the street to do stupid things. We sent him to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania to reenact the movie.
Gobbler's Knob, yeah.
Gobbler's Knob. Did all those bits from the movie, including playing Sonny and Cher at 6 a.m. And then the next day,
we had the same thing.
We did it all over again.
Amazing. It's that the movie wasn't filmed there, so, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
The movie was filmed someplace else.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's where the movie supposedly took place. But I thought 4 hours of that might be a bit much, so we did it for 1 hour. But it was amazing how many people didn't get it.
Oh, what, bro?
So we did it in '94, but not in '95 or ever again. But
wow,
fun. Some people got it. Some people played along, but others are like, "You guys did this yesterday. Why are you doing the same show?" All right, 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We got Hilary Kennedy in about an hour and a half, I think, right? She's coming in, or no?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
No.
That did not sound...
Yeah, it didn't sound promising, did it?
I had to do math on the fly. You said an hour and a half. That was the hesitation.
Oh, okay.
I was actually thinking about...
Didn't mean to confuse you.
Yeah, I was thinking about Sonny Bono. It's like, what would have happened with him politically? If he hadn't died. So
we got to U.S. congressman, which is pretty good.
But I mean,
started out mayor of Palm Springs, was it?
Yeah. And I was looking up here. He served on the National Security and Judiciary Committee there in Congress. His main focus was immigration. We're still talking about that. Trade and crime. And remember, he upset his daughter when he voted against gay marriage. So.
Oh.
Anyway, it'd just be interesting to see what happened to him.
His daughter became a son.
Right. Right. That's correct.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. What year does it say quickly what year it was when he slammed into that tree in a skiing accident?
Yeah.
Sad.
January 5th, 1998.
98.
He had,
wow.
Yeah, so he was
Seems
on
longer
Congress
than that,
for just a few years before that.
Yeah. But he was a rising star in the Republican Party.
And from California?
Yeah.
I mean, that...
Yeah. He had some promise.
Yeah.
Who knows?
62.
Could have at least maybe been the senator from California. Could he have run for president and won? I don't know. I don't know. But unlike Arnold, he was born in this country, so could have tried it at least.
Yeah.
Thank goodness Arnold Schwarzenegger can't give that a shot. Thank heaven. By the way, he's got a big commercial they're promoting for, I think, Super Bowl Sunday.
What was that?
State Farm Agent.
Yeah. That was okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
Wow, he must be hard up for cash. Seriously?
Well, he's got that baby to pay for from the housekeeper.
And the
It's been a while.
And the divorce.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but the baby and the divorce were some time ago.
Yeah,
now.
no, they just finalized the whole housing issue though with
They
that
did?
divorce. Yeah,
Really?
Because there was some
He and Maria
issues.
Shriver?
Yeah, there were some issues with some different properties that they had not worked out.
Well, I heard they were friends.
Of course they are.
Of course.
It was all amicable.
Yeah, all
What are you
amicable.
talking? Are you kidding me?
Why wouldn't it be when he's sleeping with the maid?
Well, first of all, he wasn't.
What?
They were in love.
Okay, what?
Say it.
What did I get wrong there?
You made it seem like it was just a quick affair. She was at the house. Nothing was going on. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Screw your freedom.
And other things too.
Yeah, thank you. Wow. So if I'm doing math right here, which of course may not be the case, I'm just looking at an old article. So I guess the kid's 27 now.
Oh, yeah.
Where does the time go?
Been a long time.
Good grief.
Right?
Time flies by, doesn't it, Grandpa?
It sure does, man.
It does. It does.
It does.
I always get that. Well, it's because you're older now and your perspective has
closer to the
changed.
grave.
No,
I don't
that's not
think so.
it. Young people have the same feeling now. I really think time has been sped up.
Plus, what happened to this last time change?
Ooh, I want to hear this theory, though.
What happened this last time change? Because I feel like it's dark always. There's never daylight. There's never daylight, and it always feels like it's midnight.
When's the last time you went to the eye doctor, Grandpa?
I mean, every time, whenever I walk into my house in the evening, it's like it's dark. I leave, it's dark.
Yeah.
And it always feels like it's midnight.
Yeah.
And something happened.
It's a function of working 17 hours, but I know that's not what you're doing, so I don't know where that's coming from. In New York, that would happen all the time. I missed an entire autumn in Connecticut because I left when it was dark. I got home when it was dark. Never got to see the foliage. But
what's this theory of yours with time speeding up?
it's like a...
It's there. It's
prophecy.
Happening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening.
Oh,
prophecy.
okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Biblical prophecy. Time will be sped up for the sake of the righteous.
That sounds like a Free Think Friday going on there.
Doesn't it?
Here we go.
Here we go. Okay. Come on, Mr. Scriptures in the morning.
No,
I would have thought you would have.
I am with you. That's right.
So
I am.
time speeds up for the righteous. So Jeffy and I are like, man, the day is dragging here. What the hell?
I mean, for me, it's always dark. Are you kidding me?
See?
I think it was supposed to hasten, the coming of the second coming. So I don't know. But sure does seem like time goes by fast.
Does seem that way.
I will
yes,
say,
it does.
one of our friends, my wife was talking to one of our best friends who lives in Utah, and she was saying how January just drags on. I'm like, it seemed like it was one day. Those 31 days went by in one day. Wow. Do we know the story from Gobbler's Knob yet? Did the groundhog see a shadow?
Oh, yeah. What's going on at Gobbler's Knob?
Texas. Oh, that's not. I thought it was going to. Texas groundhog sees. No, it's Texas sees a drop in illegal border crossings.
Oh.
Really? But there's a surge right now in California and Arizona. So that's the good thing. We want to keep that going as much as we can, right? And increase the flow of people into our great nation.
Yes, we do.
Just so that they can lead better lives. Like that wonderful man who left the police station after being arrested for being part of the attack on the two NYPD police officers.
Play the video. We
More
got
than
that.
one.
Do we have that? Okay,
Multiple.
We got the video.
More
of
than
these.
one.
Here's this sweetheart coming out and greeting everybody. It's a warm and tender moment that I think you're going to love and appreciate.
No, I don't see it on here.
Oh, we don't have it?
I did send it. It was in the prep email.
Well, he comes out and he gives a double flip off to the
two of them
reporters
did.
there.
Two of them, more than one gave the finger to the press
don't
and
care.
the people
They
reporting.
don't care.
Why? I mean, why do they care? Because we don't care about our laws.
There's no
Why should they?
And then,
And
or
they
our
don't.
law enforcement.
Yeah, right.
Law enforcement officers. A good thing is, I guess, if you're from New York, you could be happy because it's reported that they're on their way to California. So it was reported that they got on a bus from
New York?
from Catholic Charities and are on their way to California.
All right, here we go.
That's what was reported, but I don't know that to be true.
Here's the moment of them getting released without.
Just into Fox News now.
This will bring a tear to
NYPD
your
making
eye.
two
right
more
there he
arrests.
is.
Illegal immigrants. And that attack
the
on
attitude.
officers. Those suspects
Yeah.
also
And him.
allegedly stole an officer's cell phone. Well, that'll help them track you down. So, a fifth illegal immigrant accused of attacking two New York City police officers over the weekend
don't
showed
care.
no
Look at them
remorse
laughing.
or regret.
Yeah.
He was seen, as you can see, giving his two middle fingers to the cameras moments after being released without
Just lovely
fail.
people. They think it's really great fun.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great.
it's great.
They can't speak English, but they can speak with their hands.
That's the international law of love right there.
But why? But seriously, why should they take our laws seriously?
Yeah, they don't.
We don't.
And we don't. Nobody does.
Our government does not. And what they were released without what?
Yeah,
without bail.
Without bail.
Just no bail policy. That's their policy for misdemeanors. Which you're beating up on a police officer. That's a misdemeanor. Okay. All right, I got you.
Right.
New York City, man. What are you doing?
I'm reminded of, I'm trying to remember his name, but the guy that they're charging that helped calm down the guy on the subway, the white
Daniel
American. Yeah, Penny. I mean, they arrested him, so that's good.
That is good.
That's good. I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Get
on
that guy off
trial.
the streets.
He's on trial, so that's good.
Look how dangerous New York has been since he's been walking the streets free. Daniel Penny. Things are going to calm down now. They finally got him.
I mean, it really is amazing.
We're worried about prosecuting pro-lifers who pray and sing outside an abortion clinic. But you can savagely beat police officers on the street in New York City, a whole mob of these illegals who shouldn't be here in the first place, and you don't even have to post bail to get out.
Right.
And bail for Penny was $100,000.
There you go.
Oh, man. Oh, gosh, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Joe Biden, speaking of the unbelievable, is visiting East Palestine. East Palestine? It's Palestine, right?
Palestine.
It is Palestine.
East Palestine,
Ohio this weekend. It's the 1-year anniversary now. That was, I think, the other day of the big train derailment.
Yeah, well, we don't know anything about what's the quality of the water there, the air. I mean, that just
fine.
went away. It's
What do you mean? What do you mean? We don't know. It's fine.
It's fine.
The EPA
Right.
said everything is fine.
Oh, Joe Biden's EPA said it was fine. Do we still have the picture of what the skies looked like above East Palestine?
Yeah, well, that was a year ago.
I see. And that's how long it took him to get there. I mean, at what point in the administration you think they had the conversation like, okay, it's been too long. At this point now we just wait a year. Good grief, look at that.
Well, look, at the time that this happened, he was so busy. So much was going on.
Right.
There's nothing going on.
There's nothing going on
in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fake picture to make the world look as if it were a globe. That's good. That's good. I mean, look at that picture from space. Is that not proof to flat earthers? Are they? Well, they faked that. That's CGI. That's AI.
Is that from space?
You're saying that's a real shot from space.
The one above it
I got you.
is impressively shows the curvature of the Earth there.
Or the camera
to a certain
tilting
extent.
on an airplane. Whatever.
I think that's just cloud cover. But yeah, okay. I mean, I've taken proof from a plane that there's a curvature in the Earth. Remember that?
Yes,
I took it
I
out
do
the
remember
window
that.
and you see it.
Yeah,
because
and we showed it.
my camera draws a straight line and didn't line up with the old. I don't know. I think we lost Jeffy on the flat Earth thing.
I don't know.
No, because he's on it. He's in it. Right? You believe it. You mention it too often. Dude.
He 100% believes it. 100% believes it.
So
You really do.
I want to.
Why?
I want to.
Why?
I don't know. I just like the idea of it.
So if the Earth is flat,
I like the idea. I honestly, because we've been indoctrinated from day one.
Indoctrinated.
And everything.
That we're in a
Everything.
globe.
About the truth.
Thank you. I want to believe
we
it.
should do an experiment.
Obviously.
Let's all stand in the same. Oh, actually, it's happening right now in real time. Everybody's coming to America, so eventually, if the Earth's flat, we're all going to tip over from
And
everyone being over there. Yeah, okay. So
Right.
it's actually happening right now. Long way to the well.
Yeah, well, that's us. That's what we do. Mm-hmm. And you're welcome for us doing it. So President Biden is about to name John Podesta as the top U.S. climate diplomat
Yeah, that's
to
exciting.
replace
Right?
John Kerry.
Yeah, because John's been such a big part. He left so he could be a part of the campaign.
Yeah, and don't forget John Podesta of the famous Pizzagate emails. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's real good. Yeah.
I think we're going to do a show on that one Friday,
Yeah,
aren't we?
well, you know what? I reached out. Okay, so I don't know if I want to go through all this on the air, but long story short, people don't like talking about that. Can you believe that?
About the Pizzagate thing?
Yeah, because it kills their career, or has.
Huh.
Yeah. So we're still working. I'm still looking
All right.
for a guest.
What
for
about
that.
the guy? Did we try the guy who brought it up in the first place?
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to talk about it? Really?
Let me repeat what I
Wow.
said. I don't know how much of this I want to talk about on the air,
Okay.
but we're going to find
What
somebody.
about the guy that we talked to?
Again, I don't know how much of this I want to talk about on the air, but no, we'll find somebody. We'll
By the
get
way,
somebody.
we're 5 minutes away. I'm watching the live stream.
Oh, we got
from
the
Gobblers.
shadow
we got some,
Gobblers now.
we got some audio. So we got about 5 minutes for him to either see his shadow or not see his shadow.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
All right. Well, I mean, I
do.
thought it's an hour
Exciting.
later there, so I thought maybe they already knew, but I guess
Jeffy,
not.
how does the sunrise work in a flat Earth scenario? Because that's what we're waiting on out there in Pennsylvania, right?
I love the
Pretty
whole
good
gobbler.
question.
I love the whole gobbler's knob thing, though. That is awesome. Because the head of the Punxsutawney Phil Club, and I can't remember what their full title is, but he's the only guy that speaks
Groundhoggies.
Hogganese or groundhoggies. Yeah. So
I
whispers in his ear. It's awesome. Awesome.
It's a dumb tradition.
It
but
sure is. And actually,
fun,
I think the guy,
guess.
I think he gets out of his car, he checks the long range forecast, and he's like, yeah, it looks like winter. Okay, here we go. All right, we ready? Places, everybody. What's that? You see your shadow? Yep, it's going to be winter.
All I know is it led to one of the greatest movies in the history of the planet. So
there you go.
yeah, I like it just based on that. I can't tell you how many times I've watched Groundhog Day with Bill Murray.
A long time since I've seen it now.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll probably watch it today because I celebrate Groundhog Day with
Do you
Groundhog
need
Day.
your Groundhog Day tree up? And
Yes.
And so
Yes.
Jackie's still not a fan of the movie?
No, it irritates.
Is
me
it because
too
you
much.
watch it, like, how many times have you watched it? you
No,
think?
she didn't really like it the first time.
Right.
It was
Oh, wow.
fatiguing to her because they keep going back
Same
and
thing,
repeating.
yeah.
Which is kind of, I mean, that's the plot.
Yes. Right. It's kind of the point of the movie. And so
Yeah,
if the
thank
point
you.
of the movie irritates you, you're probably not going to like the movie.
no doubt.
And that is the case for her. So,
I will say it'd be a good way to, be by yourself for a while.
what? Watching Groundhog
Yes.
Day alone?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got some Lloyd Austin clips because Lloyd is out now, I guess, of the hospital. And he was, all that time that we were talking about it, and it was prevalent in the news, he was still in the hospital,
Yeah.
right? For
Yeah.
almost all that time.
Yeah, a long time because he had complications.
Which we've never heard what they were.
And he said, well, he talked
Did we?
about it in this press conference, what the complications were, and he talked about that. Then after a couple of days, he said in the press conference that he was he had taken over. He was still in charge because he was fine mentally. It was just physically that he had some issues with rehab and the leg issue. That's what he said.
I know. That's
what he said.
If he said it, it must be true. You wouldn't say things
I don't
that
know
are
what
true.
clips we have. I listened to, about 5 minutes of him
Well, let's hear his
babbling
apology,
about it.
shall we?
And he is, it's maddening.
If
but
if
go
you're
ahead.
not aware of the story, maybe you were in a cave for the last month or so, but Secretary of
Maybe
Defense...
you're in the hospital. you
Maybe.
know, like him.
Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin actually had prostatectomy.
Correct.
He had prostate cancer. His prostate was removed. Didn't tell the president. Didn't tell second in command. Just went and did what he had to do and tried to keep it secret for some reason. So here he is yesterday.
I'm recovering well, but as you can see, I'm still recovering.
Wait, we can't see. Did
Still
did
having
he
some leg
hobble out?
pain and doing physical therapy to get past it.
He's lost weight, though.
I'm deeply grateful to my doctors and the nursing staff at Walter Reed. And I very much
Are you?
appreciate all the good wishes. But I want to be crystal clear.
Be crystal.
We did not handle this right.
No kidding.
I did not handle this right.
You think?
I should have told the president about my cancer diagnosis.
No.
I should have also told my team
None of his business.
and the American public.
It's private.
And I take full
What about
responsibility.
HIPAA laws?
I
Thank
apologize to my teammates and to the American people.
Okay.
Now,
Accepted.
I
Get
want to
out.
make it very clear that there were no gaps in authorities and no risk
right.
to the
Of course
department's
not.
command and
Of course
control.
not. Everything went smoothly and everything was great. It didn't cause any problems, but I'm sorry because I didn't handle it exactly correctly. Now, if I had it all over again, I'd do it the same way. But I would be more careful about you finding out.
Right.
So,
And he claims he didn't have anything to do with, keeping it quiet, going
Well,
to the
let's do-
hospital.
well, let's
okay.
do it. Let's-
All right, good.
let's-
What clips do we have?
Hell, clip.
All right.
Let's see.
All the Lloyd clips.
I don't know. Play clip 4. I don't even. Yeah.
3 and 4 are both.
Okay, good.
Sorry. We already played 1. Go 3. Yeah, 3. Whatever.
3 and 4. Go ahead. Do 3.
So you went to the hospital on
us.
December 22nd. Was your staff aware that you'd gone to the hospital? And if so, why didn't they tell the White House? You went back to the hospital on January 1st, and an aide told the dispatcher, when the ambulance arrives, no lights, no sirens. Did you direct the aide to say that?
I asked my assistant to call the ambulance. I did not direct him to do anything further than just call the ambulance. And so what he said and why he said it, I think that should come out in the review as well.
All right.
So we're in the process of throwing my aide under the bus.
It's an ongoing investigation.
Yeah, we can't comment on it.
And it's ambulance, not ambulance. What do you got?
I'm with you. No.
What? Okay. All right. Good. That look suggested otherwise.
No, I'm happy to beat up Lloyd Austin. He needs to be. It's embarrassing he still holds the office.
Yeah. What's the next clip?
Seriously, should have been fired. But here's more from the defense secretary.
You were hospitalized for days before you informed the White House or the commander-in-chief of your condition and your absence. Anyone else within the military chain of command would have faced reprimand or even dismissal. Why shouldn't that same standard apply to you, sir?
Well, let me just say that thanks for the question.
Yeah.
We didn't get this right.
We didn't get this right.
As I said, I take full responsibility for...
Yeah, we know that.
You didn't get this right.
The department's actions. In terms of why on the second notification was not made to the White House, that information was available. I'm not sure at this point what exactly happened, but I think details will play out as the review is conducted.
Yeah. We'll figure out who to blame.
He claimed at one point that the second time around there were emails, and they just didn't. He doesn't know why the White House wasn't alerted the second time around in his opening remarks, which will come out in the investigation.
Sure.
Too
soon to say. And I don't want to taint the investigation.
Right.
And he never answered the question.
No, of course they never do.
He went on to talk about. Is that all?
That's all we got. Yeah.
So he went on to talk about how it was a gut check, and as a black man,
what?
and I thought. Okay, so
what?
I get that it's a gut check.
What does race have to do with prostate cancer?
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
There might be, I guess there might be some numbers that claim that show black men have a higher percentage of prostate cancer. I don't know. I don't know because that's what he was alluding to, I believe. But he said, he made the decision. It was private, and I didn't want to tell anyone. Okay, so that's fine. That's your gut reaction. That's your first reaction. And then you realize, hey, I'm the Secretary of Defense.
Somebody might need to know about
this. Maybe we tell, I don't know, the president, my boss.
Well, he may not even recognize who you are. Who are you? What are you talking about?
That actually may be a good point.
So what's the point of telling him?
Never mind.
And knowing how much of a racist Joe Biden is, and we have a nice montage here today, he'd be like, "Get out of who is this black guy in my office? Get out of here."
But somebody at the White House in the Oval Office, surrounding the Oval Office, needed to know. And he needs to, so he doesn't want to tell people he's got prostate cancer. All right, I get that. All right,
you got to say something.
I got health issues. I'm taking some time.
Yeah.
And then, you can talk about it later or whatever.
We don't need his health chart, but we need to know if he's not going to show up to work.
Yeah, we got it. There's HIPAA laws. I understand it.
Right.
I don't want to know. And he went on to talk about, the struggles that he had in that opening remarks and stuff. But the whole thing is just, we know you messed up. And, I know that's this is another event happening around this president that's an ongoing investigation.
Yeah.
So we can only talk about so much of it. Enough is enough.
And in the meantime, we go to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
From his wintry nap at dawn on Gobbler's Knob.
Will we have 6 weeks more?
Looked to the skies and then, speaking in groundhogese, directed the president to the proper scroll, which reads.
It reads.
Another winter's slumbered pause so I could meet the crowd. Hard to sleep anyway when the party's this loud.
Okay.
I envy your energy. I envy the fun. I envy all of you and your opposable thumbs.
That's funny.
But it's not what I feel, it's what I see and what you hear. So gather round and let me be clear.
We're waiting.
Atmosphere is a wonderful thing.
The proclamation.
And we can create our own and the weather it brings.
Okay.
It brings hope for the future and so much more.
Did you know that that's
maybe
the
some
same
Punxsutawney Phil write-in votes in 2024?
Okay.
Unreal. This is stupid.
Actually, that's not a bad plan for voting.
It's bad.
But what this weather did not provide is a shadow or reason to hide. Glad tidings on this Groundhog Day.
Early spring.
And
that means
early
spring?
is on the way.
Did you know that they claim that's the same groundhog from the very beginning?
Oh, do they?
Oh, they do? Really? Yeah. No, I did not know that.
Yeah. So I think this started like in 1887.
Yeah, so this is a 130-year-old.
I mean, that's the news. Don't bury
yeah.
the lead. It's not that he came out of his hole. It's that he's still alive.
Yeah.
He is the longest living being on the planet. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't see a shadow.
Yeah, it's
that means an early spring.
Yeah.
Okay. What was it Bill Murray said? I'm predicting March 21st. Hey, I think that actually is the first day of spring. Yeah, it is. So that'd be my prediction. But good. I'm glad the groundhog has spoken.
We were actually on pace. Speaking of the weather, in January it was going to be the coldest January since it was in the 80s. But these last few days,
oh my gosh,
has been just unbelievable.
So beautiful
but it was
here.
still, with the warmth of the last few days, at least in the South, y'all, it was still the coldest January since 1997.
Jeez.
But global warming.
And yesterday it was what? Well, of course, yesterday was February, but it was 77, I think. It got up to?
Yeah, it was definitely.
I mean, it's gotten up to 78 earlier
beautiful.
this week.
Mine was 78
so
and a quarter
nice here
at my house.
78 and a quarter?
78 and a quarter.
So if you live in Alaska and you're listening to this broadcast, I'm sorry.
What is the...
yes, I mean,
sorry. But
Anchorage
you're
temperature.
getting the most snow ever, right? Make sure you shovel your
Oh my gosh, Anchorage. Good morning, everybody, where it's minus 16 degrees. When you head out.
16 below. That's a bit nippy, but it just invigorates you.
I think that's not bad for Anchorage, though, right?
No,
16
high
below?
temperature of 7 below.
Okay.
So
look at that. The snow's going to melt away.
Wait,
There are going to be rivers of snow at minus 7.
Don't know that. We'll talk during the break.
Yeah.
Temperatures.
Are you talking about the Kelvin scale? Or?
Oh, did y'all hear that there will be no charges for the two gentlemen who were having sex in the Senate chamber?
Did see that.
Yeah.
Was going to talk about that.
That's
and, so I'm glad you brought that up because if that had been heterosexual, if it had been a Republican, I think they'd be in jail right now. I think they'd be in jail,
so
awaiting their trial and to be found guilty and to be sentenced to years in prison.
So let's say on January 6th, you enter the Capitol. If you had gone and done that, then you would be in the clear?
Fine.
If you're a member of the LGBTQIA2+ community,
well,
yes,
hindsight's 2020,
okay.
you J6ers.
Yeah.
Maybe next time you'll take a detour.
What does it take for a Democrat to get charged with anything?
Yeah, these were staffers of Senator Cardin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And they did a gay porn thing in there in the Senate building.
It's just a personal video of them together. What's your problem?
What are you going to make a big deal out of that?
No one was in there.
Jeez.
Yep, that's the state of your country here. You can...
yeah.
I mean, what's her face was diddling with her boyfriend, right, at the movie theater or the play.
Oh, Boebert. And look what a big deal that was.
Huge deal over that.
Yeah, right? Because he touched her in there, and she touched him, I guess. And that was front page news for about 3 weeks.
I find it fascinating that, and I think somebody made this point at the time. It seems familiar. There's a camera inside this theater. This low-lit theater, and we've got this incredible video of Lauren Boebert with her boyfriend.
Right.
But I think the point the person at the time was making was, but yet we can't identify someone dropping off a bomb in front of a party headquarters on J6.
And I don't know, am I wrong on this? Didn't it seem like there was video of the person who placed the bomb circulating
there was
a couple of years ago? There was photos. There were videos of it.
Yeah, but we couldn't figure out who it was. Keep in mind, if your cell phone...
He was wearing the hoodie, right? The guy with the hoodie, and it looked like he was traveling at the airport because he had a suitcase or something.
In other words, if your phone was
right. I don't remember.
In the Washington, D.C. area on January 6th, as we've learned, they'll track you down, they'll find you. They'll even go to Alaska and go to the wrong house and detain you until they figure out they've got the wrong people. But they couldn't ping a cell tower, a cell phone out in front of party headquarters in the middle of the night. Okay.
No. What do you think this is, the year 2112? No, it is not. We don't have that kind of technology, Keith. You have a Fat Five we can get to?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that with Jeffy next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got a few tweets here to share from Not of This World. Just what would a Groundhog Day tree look like?
Oh, it's got a big hole in it, right?
From Meat Hog, I have a sneaky feeling that the groundhog uses a speechwriter. I don't know where you're getting that.
What?
Where are you getting that? From MH, why doesn't Secretary Austin apologize to the U.S. service members killed in Jordan while he was in the hospital, not doing his job? Yeah, another good question. Actually, we have a video of Biden calling the parents of a fallen soldier coming up. You are not going to want to miss the Biden clips we have for you today. He's great.
Is it another heartfelt message?
Another heartfelt message
to a Gold Star family,
and it's so heartfelt because he can relate so well. If you know what I mean.
I do.
He can really, really relate to these Gold Star families. From Real Just Tony, you'd think that being stuck between the moon and New York City, that Jeffy could settle the flat Earth versus the globe theory debate once and for all. You would think that, yeah.
Some would think that.
You would think that. Lumbee IT department, wanting to go to Gobbler's Knob to see Punxsutawney Phil is a weird bucket list thing of mine.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
It's just a party.
But it would be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because if you've seen the movie, you love the movie, it does look like they have a good time at Gobbler's Knob, doesn't it?
They do. It's a big party.
Yeah. DMXDM, either the rodent predicts spring is just about here or the rodent dies. Yeah. Speaking of rodents, just before we get to Jeffy's Fat Five, let's take a look at another rodent that was saved by a little girl.
Oh, no.
This is a gerbil or a guinea pig.
Yeah.
So this is how you're getting your animal videos in?
Bro,
yeah.
I didn't call for this, okay? So anyhow, it's a
snake that's trying to eat
the family guinea pig. But I don't know why you're letting the guinea pig out in the yard to begin with.
I know, it's weird. But the little girl does something fairly interesting trying to save the guinea pig.
It's
Check this out.
That's what snakes do.
12-year-old Rosie Reitman peers into the bushes because of an 8-foot python that has her guinea pig in its clutches, about to make a meal of the little Maximin. So no way, you silly snake.
Oh my gosh.
Rosie grabs the python and starts swinging with little Maximon in its mouth.
Snake
Her
around.
She was screaming the whole time. Oh my gosh. The snake eventually drops the guinea pig and it's tossed into a neighbor's yard. And yes, the little guinea pig survived. This is just... that was horrible, but it survived.
Oh, that's good.
He didn't seem like he felt like it was horrible.
It did not seem like it was horrible.
I felt some insincerity there.
Absolutely insincere.
That's great.
But what's the poodle doing during this? I mean,
being worthless like poodles always are.
He's like, hey, what's going on over there?
Over and bark.
Yeah, and then as soon as the dog sees the snakes, oh, hell, I'm out of here. No, we're good. Watch this.
The poodle is like, I hated that guinea pig to begin with.
Yeah, you pay way too much attention to the guinea pig. But that's amazing. All right.
It's intense.
It's Australia, man.
Jeffy's got a Fat Five.
Yeah, we could do a Fat Five. I was looking at the top streaming shows from 2023. After a record-breaking run atop the streaming charts during the summer and fall, Suits now claims one more milestone as the most streamed show over the course of the year.
I love Suits. Right. That is a fantastic TV show. I'm
rewatching it.
The show set a record for the most weeks, 15, and most consecutive weeks, 12, at number 1.
That's just incredible that all of a sudden it became this phenomenon.
Well, they put it up on Netflix.
Yeah,
and between Netflix and Peacock, it had 57.7 billion minutes of views.
57.7 billion. Wow.
Yeah, that's number 1.
Wow.
That's number 1 for acquired series.
Okay.
Number 2 is Bluey on Disney Plus.
Yes,
which
sir.
Is,
my
man.
Yes, sir.
Good show.
Fantastic show.
And
my
then
gosh.
number 3 is NCIS. Now, Bluey had 43.9 billion. NCIS had 39.4. That's on Netflix.
You ever seen Bluey,
Paramount Plus?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's good,
Got
right?
grandchildren.
It's really good, right?
Yeah.
What for cartoon?
Agonizing.
Not sure I would go that far.
That's awesome.
It highlights dads. It makes them look like they're actually dads, not just a second thought. I don't like
a
this.
cartoon
Okay,
character.
Bluey apologist. We got it. So that's acquired series. Then you go to the original series. Number one on original series, Ted Lasso.
Oh,
from Apple TV Plus, 16.9 billion streamed minutes. Night Agent on Netflix, 14.4 billion. I love that. Was good. That was well worth a watch. And then Jack Ryan's in the middle of that at number 6 with 12.8 billion, which is great. I think there's 2 or 3 seasons of that.
3, yeah.
And Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix was the number 10th with 11.8 billion. That's really good. Both seasons of that on Netflix are really good and worth watching. And movies. Speaking of Disney Plus, for the most streamed movies, the number one was Moana at 11.6 billion minutes, and Encanto at 9.7 billion. I will say that those two, most of those I think are like put it on, so the kids just have it on in the playroom or in the family room or wherever you let your kids have their TV screen. Put it on. There, it's on.
Right.
And they can sit and
Leave me
watch it
alone
or
for a
play.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be downstairs.
Yeah. Speaking of movies that are available right now, I just watched. I've been so excited to see Napoleon. With Joaquin Phoenix.
I know what the reviews said about it.
The reviews are incredibly accurate.
Okay.
It sucked.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not like it.
Because they spent too much time on the love stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They
and
didn't.
They give you no sense of really who Napoleon is,
right?
Or how he got to where he was, or the victories that he had along the way. What a great! Was he as strange as they make him appear? I don't know, because I wasn't there. I know you were, Jeffy, but you were an ocean away from him. So
we didn't. I didn't.
But maybe it's because I watched it on VidAngel and I didn't get the F word enough.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. But for me, I
don't know
did
the
not love
VidAngel
it.
effects. You had to.
He was a big guy emperor.
Napoleon through VidAngel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rated R. Yeah, so that's why I waited until now, because I wanted to go the day it was out, and then I realized it was rated R. So, too bad. That's an opportunity lost. I mean, it just seemed like a disjointed series of scenes that didn't connect.
So, I'll give you that. Okay, I'll give you that. Yes, that's true.
What would be interesting is if you could give us the total running time from VidAngel on something like Napoleon, and we can compare it to the uncut version and just see how much time was taken out for you.
Yeah. All right. He's going to do that now.
The reviews seemed to review it the way you have, so I don't think enough was cut out.
Yeah. No. And it's a 2-hour, 38-minute movie. Yeah. So it's a serious time investment.
I mean, I was looking forward to seeing the epic battle scenes. I really, because I have not seen it yet, but I was looking forward to seeing that. But I watched someone like yourself review it, and they
didn't like it either.
No.
Yeah.
Did you remove the violence, blood, and gore, or just the cursing and the sex nudity?
The nudity and the and some of the words.
I mean, that might have saved
I took out anything that's blasphemous, I think they call it on VidAngel.
Yeah, blasphemy. Yeah,
blasphemy. I took that out.
Profanity, you took that out?
Took not all profanity, but the F word. Took it out. I made it PG-13-ish. So
on VidAngel, do they just remove that moment, or do they just mute the audio?
They mute the audio.
So
now, if it's a nude scene, they obviously remove the nude scene, so you don't see that. So
Jeffy's like, what's the point?
I know.
That is dumb to me. I just don't understand.
What I'll do is I'll take a highlight reel of all the stuff you cut out and just watch that.
Tell you what, let's compromise.
I'll review your cutout scene.
Let's compromise. Just mute the nude scenes.
That's what I thought. I was thinking, I'm not opposed to that.
We know you're not.
So the movie is 2 hours and 38.
Yeah.
With the stuff that Pat took out is 2:15.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Oh, that's not
Makes it that much shorter?
23 minutes, huh?
I'm surprised. That's amazing. All right.
Still,
anyway.
though, 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, also that's taking the credits out because that's one of the features too. So I don't know if you took that out.
I didn't bother with that, but I didn't watch
the credits are so long, you probably only missed like 30 seconds of content.
Yeah, with those big epic war scenes and stuff, they give credit to everybody.
Who was the director on that? Because
Ridley, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And so he specializes.
Yes, he does.
In war
That's
movies
what I was looking
and
for,
war
those
scenes.
giant battle scenes. Yeah, he loves that.
Yeah. All right, what else we got?
NBC Universal. I know you said you weren't going to go back to Disney or anything, but NBC Universal finally released detailed plans for their new theme park, Universal Epic Universe. The Orlando park won't open until next summer, 2025. You're going to enter through the Celestial Park, an astronomy-themed centerpiece with water features and a lot of greenery. There's going to be another Harry Potter land. But unlike the other two at Universal Orlando, it will bring the Ministry of Magic to life. Other sections include How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, Dark Universe, Super Nintendo World. So it does sound like it would be fun.
Wow. This is a separate Universal park? From what they already have in Orlando.
Universal Epic Universe.
Wow.
That's
is it next to, connected to?
Yeah, it doesn't say. But
wow, that's interesting.
That is. That is. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they all are saying that was their fastest growing division, right? Universal and even Disney said they were dumping a bunch of money into their theme parks because they and
they're moneymakers.
Yeah, people were going. I mean, they even talked about Disney. Even talked about dumping money into their cruises. But may I introduce you? Speaking of theme parks and cruises, let me introduce you to what's being called. Well, it's being called it by the Royal Caribbean Group CEO Jason Liberty, the biggest, baddest ship on the planet, the icon of the seas.
That looks big.
8 neighborhoods, 7 swimming pools. 6 water slides, 20 decks.
Wow.
It launched this past weekend.
Wow.
Cost $2 billion to build. Measures 1,200 feet from bow to stern. Weighs 250,800 metric tons.
So that could be 8 pounds. It could be 8 billion trillion pounds.
It could be.
We don't know.
We just don't know.
Yeah.
We just don't know. Now, it's built to run.
Did they put it on a scale? How do they know how much that thing would? You probably have to do it at a truck stop, though, right?
Well, it's a ship stop, but yes.
All right.
It's built to run on liquefied natural gas. Which,
so
of
am
course,
I. That's weird.
Runs more cleanly than other conventional marine fuels. But I mean,
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Are we gonna let that
Can
go?
we have to come back to that? Can you please elaborate, Pekre?
I can't.
The people are wound up about it though because the environmental impact of the cruise tourism. Yeah, a lot of methane. From the
methane,
yeah.
Oh, shut up.
It's from the liquid gas.
About that. Hey, methane is more potent than carbon dioxide, so we need to do something with it.
We sure do.
Okay, thank you. Remarkably, the ship is roughly 5 times the size of Titanic.
5 times the size of Titanic.
Has a maximum passenger capacity of 7,600. Okay, so just for a smile, we've all seen the memes of the the pictures of the cruise ships of today and up against Titanic. But my favorite was this one. Now, this cruise ship is not the icon of the seas, but it holds up for comparison. A modern day cruise ship compared to the Titanic. Anyway.
What? Oh, I see. I
get it.
It's a thinking man's meme.
Get it?
Okay.
If you're listening, it's a picture of a ship and then the picture
the
of
ocean.
the water. Presumably the Titanic below the waterline.
So stupid.
Yeah, boy.
Speaking of cruise ships and their
destinations,
I know.
Too soon.
I know. Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
It's only been 114 years.
Rest in peace to the Okay, sorry.
112.
Don't take a sub down. Anyway, that probably is too soon.
Yeah, too soon.
Yeah, that probably is too soon. Speaking of cruise ships and their destinations, though, the United States residents traveling to the Bahamas, according to the State Department, should exercise extreme caution in the wake of 18 murders since January 1st. The State Department said, we're going to issue this travel advisory. Murders have occurred in all hours, including in broad daylight on the streets, according to a security alert that was posted at the U.S. Embassy in the Bahamas on the 24th of January, just a week ago.
Is it 18 Americans or just 18 people? 18
murders, yeah. I don't think it's 18 Americans. Retaliatory gang violence has been the primary motive. They just urge travelers to be on extreme caution, be aware of your surroundings. Do not physically resist any robbery attempt. Don't do it, according to the State Department. Okay. Exercise caution. All right. So hop on that cruise ship.
Yeah.
Hop on that cruise ship. Or, maybe just stay on the cruise ship and don't get off when you get to the Bahamas. I mean, that kills tourism. It's a funny thing how murders work like that.
It is. Yeah, strange.
Weird.
People don't want to be murdered, as a rule, I have found.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
We were talking about shooting down drones earlier in the week because of the drone deaths that we're going to play some of the Joe Biden's clips talking to a couple of the families of military members that we lost. But I was looking at this new weapon, introducing Dragonfire. It's the British weapon known as Dragonfire. It consists of a powerful laser that can target multiple drones at once and bring them down without the use of traditional artillery. And it's the preliminary test conducted in Scotland produced really good results, and the military leaders are saying, hey, we need this. And so far, one thing that they're concerned about with shooting down drones is how expensive it is, right? You have the missiles that cost $1 million, and the drone costs hundreds of dollars. So with Dragonfire, the actual weapon cost about $126 million, but after that, it only costs about $13 a shot.
No.
But they showed. I hope he has the video. He was having issues with the. I hope we have the video of Dragonfire because
we don't.
It's really.
I was just informed. I heard the words "we don't," so I just relayed it. Don't shoot the messenger.
So the video of Dragonfire.
I bet it's interesting. I bet that would have been good.
Why don't you reenact what it looks like?
A laser shoots out of Dragonfire and shoots into the sky, and it works. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
freaking lasers.
It's a really amazing.
I'm sure it was an amazing video.
The United Kingdom, the British have it now, but they believe that other countries like us,
the United States of America.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Hopefully, Russia and China don't have it though. So,
they will, because they're spying on us right this second, and they're spying on the British, and so I'm sure they'll have that technology as well.
No.
Or they had a president give them that technology.
Yes, that could be too.
Precedent has been set.
Sure.
Yes, it has. Yes,
it has. Indeed. All right, more Pat Gray Unleashed, including the Joe Biden stuff you don't want to miss. Next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
Rise and shine, woodchuck chuckers. It's Groundhog Day. By the way, he did not see a shadow.
Correct.
Which means an early spring.
Early spring.
Okay. Yeah.
Correct.
And you know that Punxsutawney Phil went to years of meteorological school.
Doesn't have to.
In order to make these sorts of predictions. No, he's a highly trained meteorologist.
What is the winning percentage, and how would you even calculate?
Well, I think it's about 98%.
Okay, first of all, they claim it's 100%.
Okay.
Do they really?
They say it's 100%. He's never wrong.
Okay.
The actual numbers worked out to be like 39%. Yeah.
39?
39. I don't know how they're
39%.
I don't know how you're. How are you doing that?
I don't know.
Like,
what qualifies as early? Anytime before March 21st.
Which is why the Punxsutawney Phil Club, I can't remember what they call themselves. They claim that Phil is 100%.
That's great.
Well, they look like winners, so I'm going to trust them.
Well, they wear a tuxedo to
They got
Gobbler's
the
Knob.
top hats. They're Gobbler's.
I just got done saying they look like winners, so I'm going to trust them.
All right, let me take a minute and tell you about Preborn. It is so important. Last year, because of you, Preborn's network of clinics saw over 58,000 babies saved. So thank you so much for your contributions. Dominique is a woman who really struggled with her faith when she found out she was pregnant. She didn't know how she could carry her baby to term, but she called on God for help and asked for a sign. A man told her there's a better way, and he walked her across the street to a preborn clinic. When she saw her beautiful baby on the ultrasound, realized that was an actual person living inside of her. The answer came loud and clear, and she chose life for her precious son, Javon. These babies, truly miracles, and you know that every time you see an ultrasound on somebody's refrigerator, you know how impactful those are.
Absolutely.
It costs $28, just $28 to show a woman an ultrasound. And that can double the chance of that baby being born alive. It just creates that connection between mother and child. And then once the baby is born, they spring into action for the mother and provide all kinds of essentials. So join us if you can by going to preborn.com/Pat, or you could call pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or preborn.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
From Nancy's vodka-soaked dentures, we have this tweet. Was security on hand in Punxsutawney to make sure Bill de Blasio wasn't going to kill this one, too?
Oh, yeah. Staten Island Chuck. Dropped him on his head, killed the thing.
Yeah. Well, it died a week later, and what they claim was, yes, the groundhog Chuck died from internal injuries, but it had nothing to do with Bill de Blasio dropping it.
Oh, was he vaccinated? A vaccinated groundhog?
Why would...
Is that what happened?
I guess these groundhogs are brutalized on a fairly regular basis, or they're just incredibly clumsy and fall downstairs a lot.
Well,
I'm not
sure
which
Staten
it is.
Island, not Punxsutawney.
Yeah, right.
Not Gobbler's Knob.
Because he's been around for 130
what about
years.
this? All right, go with me here. What about Punxsutawney Phil put a hit out on Staten Island Chuck and all the imposters out there? Are there any other suspicious deaths?
That's possible. I don't know.
Because there's a lot of imposters throughout the land.
There really are. Dallas probably has its own groundhog, and we haven't even looked into that today. Sarah the Roma tweets, that little girl has more guts with that snake than most grown men. Yeah, because she picked it up in the yard, and it had her gerbil or whatever in its mouth. She picked up the snake and started twirling it around until it finally let go.
Right? So it's just a matter
Australia is a strange land, man.
Incredible. B. de Bodine, Steve Irwin would be proud of the little girl with the snake. Big Poppy, I'm letting the pig die.
Yeah, the guinea pig's gone. Yeah.
I'm not picking up the snake.
No, I'm not either.
You know what? We'll go to the pet store. We'll go to PetSmart later on today. Get you another gerbil. Okay? Mandalorian Patriot, that dog, the poodle that did nothing, should be returned. Wellness guru Jeffy, the icon of the seas, holds 7,000 normal passengers of approximately 7 Jeffies. So 7,000 normal-sized people, or 7 Jeffy size.
Why would that be?
It's math, man.
I don't know.
What do you mean? Do you need math explained? Because, I can't.
Because we can't do it. We're not qualified to do the math on that. So we'll let you handle that, Jeffy.
Okay. So if we put the 18-minute together along with the 7-minute together, you got 22 minutes. You sell it with 8 minutes of ads, you got 30 minutes.
That's how we got there.
So get this. Texas has Bee Cave Bob the Armadillo, who predicts the weather.
It's not even a groundhog.
Bee Cave Bob? Outside of Austin, Bob the Armadillo is the animal everyone looks to for his yearly prediction.
Oh, nice.
So he's driven every year. He's driven from Katy, Texas to Bee Cave for a crowd to take part in the annual event. Oh, good. So
that's fantastic.
How
about that?
Really dumb.
It is. I didn't even know that was going on. I lived in Katy for 8 years. I didn't know.
And how long of a drive is that to Austin? Like, what a lot of trouble to Card an armadillo. You can't find somebody else. But like, all right, just
Katie Dawson's probably hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to celebrate Black History Month, which this is now.
Yes, it is.
We're there. We're in the midst of it.
And the good news
It's
is
time to
this year
celebrate.
is that it's leap year, so we get an extra day.
Awesome. Yeah, Greg Price made
Thank you, Jeffy.
Yeah,
for that. Good news.
I didn't come up with.
The news was good.
On Twitter yesterday, Greg Price commemorated the dawning of Black History Month with this tweet as we remember these black icons. Let's get the pictures up there of the very
Since it's the first day of Black History Month, I just want to take some time and give a shout out to a few of my favorite black historical figures from Greg Price.
Oh, there they are. All right.
There
Got,
they are.
Dolezal. We got Sean King. We've got Jimmy Kimmel and Justin Trudeau.
My gosh.
There they are, all dressed up in blackface.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Well, except for Rachel Dolezal and Sean King, who aren't black.
Oh, they identify as
but they identify, and that makes them black.
Yeah.
So I
Jimmy Kimmel and Justin Trudeau just went for the blackface.
They were just having a little fun.
A little fun.
You're just
They're
having a little
funning with you. Look at us.
Everybody else on the planet who's ever done that has been canceled, but those two buffoons. Well, and the Democrat in Virginia, the governor, right?
Yeah.
Jeez, unbelievable. So let's celebrate Black History Month with some of Joe Biden's most inspiring words about black people.
Okay.
I want to come to you and talk to you about inequality in schools and race.
Dark Brandon, unapologetically racist.
We bring social workers into homes of parents to help them deal with how to raise their children. It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community.
Yeah, right.
With incredibly different attitudes about different things.
All right.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Sequestered in my home is because some black woman was able to stack the grocery shelf.
I'm like the token black or the token woman. I was the token young person.
They're going to put you all back in chains. I have great relationships with them because there's an awful lot of driving cabs.
They will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets.
And tried to reassign blame and said that I should apologize to him.
Corey should apologize. He knows better. Come on, man. Give me a break. You know better.
Come on, man, me. He lied to voters, according to the New York Times, quoting aides of Biden's, about having marched in the civil rights movement. I came out of the civil rights movement. I was one of those guys that sat in and marched and all that stuff. But I was not out marching. I was not down in Selma. Amazing. I was not anywhere else. I happen to think that the one way to ensure that you set the civil rights movement in America further back is to continue to push busing. And I support the effort to curtail the ability of courts to bus. They're going to integrate people so that they all have the same access and they learn to grow up with one another and all the rest is a rejection of the whole movement of black pride.
Wow. That didn't even include.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American.
Yeah.
Who is articulate and bright and clean and a nice looking guy. Yeah. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
You just don't find that.
No, you don't.
You know?
No,
you don't find that.
It doesn't have the other. There was the time where he talked about
can't get on the internet.
The country, the internet, the country, and the people in the city.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Anyway, it doesn't.
So many. They don't know so much. Yeah, they don't know how.
They're stupid.
That's the thing. That's the thing. They can't get driver's licenses. And they don't know how to vote.
They don't know how to go to a pharmacy.
They don't know how to go to the pharmacy. You know, they don't know how to raise their children.
Internet. Can't get online.
Did that one have... I can't remember. Did that one have the poor kids? Did that have that in there?
Yeah, poor kids and white kids.
I'm just thinking of... I mean, there's so many. I mean,
yeah, so many.
Is just...
So many. You could probably do 10 minutes worth. That was only about 2. You could do a lot more.
Yes.
Now, here he is in 2007. Just to show the consistency here, from our commander-in-chief.
Okay.
Yeah.
2007 on Iran and George W. Bush.
Yeah.
And I want to make it clear.
Okay.
And I made it clear to the president that if he takes this nation to war in Iran without congressional approval, I will make it my business to impeach him.
Yeah!
That's a fact. That is a fact.
That is a fact.
So just remember that as we progress along the pathway to war with Iran.
Yeah.
He says you deserve impeachment if you don't go through Congress, which, I mean, I agree.
That.
But what is this? I don't understand the news that broke overnight. Plans for U.S. strikes on Iranian personnel and facilities in Iraq and Syria approved after Jordan drone attack. Why do I know this? Why
you should. Well, Kirby said he wasn't going to tell, right? He wasn't going to tell. He said it wasn't going to be just one, but, we're not obviously going to tell you what we're doing, but something will be done.
And yet they just apparently did. Unless that's a smokescreen, and we're not going to do that. We're going to do something else. Who knows?
This administration,
you just don't know. They don't do smart things. You're right. So they probably outlined the exact. And here's the time of day we'll be flying, and the exact coordinates of these flights. And so
this is the retaliation for the groups associated with Iran for the drone attack, right, on our base in Jordan. Okay, so he called the parents yesterday.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. We'll get to that in just a minute. I'll give you something else to look forward to, because this guy...
He sucks.
It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. Again, there's just no words.
It was nice of him to call the parents.
Wasn't it, though? Yeah, we'll show you how nice that was. This past December, drug shortages hit a record high, and of course that's causing severe delays in treatments, cancellations, and even some rationing of medications. The antibiotic amoxicillin is in short supply. So is about 294 other drugs that we need right now. Doctors are saying they're forced to make some impossible choices on who gets it and who doesn't. That's why there's the Jace case. Okay, this is an important thing to have in your emergency preparedness file. This comes with 5 antibiotics, and you can add on things like ivermectin. So great. Just use the promo code PAT. You'll save at checkout. Go to jacecase.com/Pat. Use the promo code PAT at checkout. That's JASE, jacemedical.com.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Triple 800-3393, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. So, the commander-in-chief made a phone call to parents of soldiers who have been killed.
Yeah, this was a call to specialists.
The Gold Star families.
Yeah. So
these are the ones who were just killed in Jordan? Are these the families?
Yes.
Okay. So he actually made the call in a somewhat timely manner. It happened in the same month? Ish. I don't know. But he had some interesting things to say, as he always does. And here's Joe Biden with the families yesterday.
There's nothing anybody can say or do to ease the pain. I've been there. And by the way...
Wait, you've been there?
I'm ordered here posthumously to Sergeant.
Oh, wow. That is the best news I've heard today. Thank you so much.
What does that make? Do they get more money?
You don't know how much that means to us.
Oh, well, I tell you what, it means a lot to me. My son spent a year in Iraq. That's how I lost him.
Let me make this about me.
1% of all these kids are the ones that take care of 99% of us. And Sergeant Sanders, God, she has the picture I'm looking at, she has such a beautiful smile. God love her.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
She did. She absolutely did light up every room she was in.
Well, it's pretty clear from looking at it.
Man, it's heartbreaking.
It is.
Kennedy
It is.
Sanders.
And as always, in every single case,
every case.
Every case we've seen, played, heard from this guy with Gold Star families, he makes it about him. Now, he's trying to hedge it a little bit because he didn't say that Bo died in Iraq this time, which he often does. It was pretty close. He's saying, yeah, I had the exact same thing. I know exactly what you're going through because it happened to me. Yeah, but he phrased it a little bit differently, like he was in Iraq for a year and he died. Okay, so you're still trying to say that it's from some injury, some wound, whatever.
He wants that battle adjacent
even
death.
Yes.
Even at
desperately
a family's darkest moment.
Yeah.
The man cannot help himself.
Still
but
making it about him. And he can't resist it. He's got to talk Bo every single time to these Gold Star families.
Every time.
It's so despicable. He's just evil. I don't understand these people who talk about what great character he has, what a great person he is.
Because he's not.
Oh, my
By
God.
any stretch of the imagination.
He's a lying sack. He's got no empathy for the families. He takes advantage of every situation to try to make it about him and what he's gone through. Really amazing. And these poor families who just had this happen. And it shouldn't have happened. I mean, it was so easily prevented. Just shoot down the drone coming in.
What are we doing?
If there's any doubt, shoot it down. And yet they're going through the most painful time of their lives. And he's all about him, as always. Wow. Did he get another opportunity to use his don't jump, his super funny don't jump line, which works every single time?
And this is even worse because he's saying it to a guy who's seated.
Oh.
You got to see this. Watch this.
Don't jump.
And he turns and laughs. What is that?
Was the guy even? It wasn't above him, was he?
No.
He was seated below him, looking down.
Oh, so the booth is up.
Oh, you think the booth might be
raised booths? Yeah.
So in other words, okay, so dude can't.
My God.
So let's give him that. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
He's trying to be funny with the don't jump on that.
So have we reached?
Unlike the other times when he's trying to be funny with the don't jump.
Have we reached a height threshold here with the don't jump? Is it 3 inches?
Doesn't matter.
Is it 4 inches off the ground? Then all of a sudden that's okay.
That's why he turned and laughed because he thought he was funny.
Step up slightly to get to the booth.
Yeah, that's got to have been. He looks down. Yeah,
don't jump.
And we're assuming because we can't see the ground.
Right.
We're just giving him the. Oh my God.
That's like an actual psychosis to this guy.
It most definitely
Why must you always tell people not to jump? Why?
Because for most of his life, people around him wanted to jump whenever he was around.
That must be it. Thousands of people have jumped after encountering him. So everybody he meets, he's got to remind him, hey, don't jump. I know you're going to want to because I'm killing this country. But don't jump. Don't jump. It'll be over soon. Somebody's going to beat me in this upcoming election. Don't jump. Things will get better.
Please make that so.
Oh, my gosh.
Please make that so.
Sure.
This is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in a political figure.
So he's actually got to get it out, right? Because we talked about how they have where he speaks, they don't have an upper deck. So he hasn't had a don't jump moment.
Oh yeah.
With these speeches because he's got the ground floor crowd.
I'll show them. I found
so he's
a guy
walking through a diner with a raised booth.
Yeah.
I'm using my don't jump joke.
So it's been a few weeks since he's been able to use the don't jump.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been, 10, 12 hours since he's been able to talk about some guy blocking for him.
Oh my gosh. No.
Remember he was
at the barbershop?
He was at the barbershop in South Carolina, and then he has another opportunity here.
All right.
I was a runner-up in a state championship football scoring when I was a kid. If I had this guy run in front of me, I could have been an All-American.
Not you, though. You couldn't have been an All-American, Mr. Black Man.
No.
Not you.
Hold on.
You could have blocked for me, and I would have been the All-American.
Hold on. What did he say he was running? Play that again. What was he bragging about, though?
I was a runner-up in a state championship football scoring when I was a kid.
I was runner-up
in state
championship scoring.
What does that mean? I was runner-up in state championship football scoring.
In his senior year, I think, he scored 10 touchdowns for 60 points.
Okay.
And I think
So
that was second in the state.
Okay, so
this
there
might
you go,
be
he was
true.
runner-up.
This might be true. But the All-American thing.
Oh, yeah. If I just had
the bragging All-American thing.
If I just had the big black guy blocking for me.
Right. You wouldn't have been the All-American, but
No,
I
would have been. You would have made me an All-American.
And maybe I would have been good enough to overcome Roger Staubach going to Navy, and I could have gone to Navy instead of sticking Delaware Blue Hens or whatever.
Was he actually a blue hen?
He played on the freshman team, supposedly.
I know
But
we
did he
covered this,
play?
but
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
It's
know.
one of those things that, like, I don't even want to Google anymore. It just makes me vomit.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever. Give a crap about this. Real quick,
Wow.
a lot of people have been sending me, we've been talking this week about Somalia. And we've been talking about Ilhan Omar, or Ilhan Omar, as many people are trying to say. So whatever. Representative Omar. So Somalia has been a topic. And I had seen this new Minnesota state flag that's going to go into effect on May 12th. And I didn't think anything of it because they had a contest. I was like, whatever. But now people, after this week of conversation of Minnesota and Omar, here is your new Minnesota flag. Okay.
Wait, what?
Hold on a second. So that's the old one on the left, and then you've got the new one on the right. Oh, crap. Do we not have the... Is that the only image you have of this? Oh, hang on a second. That's not the one. Hang on.
Is it supposed to look like the Somali flag?
You got it. Here's the Somali flag. So put that up, the new one back up there, and there's the.
Okay.
So it's a little similar. I don't know. People are suspecting that it's a.
Are they the Lone Star country?
On the down low, the Somalia.
That's
so I don't know. Whatever.
Interesting.
It's at least it's in the color scheme and the star.
Yeah.
Very
so that's
similar.
it, though. I mean, just the one on the right. That
one on the right. That's your new
that's the
Minnesota state flag
so
as
the
of May
seal,
12th.
The main seal
on the left.
That's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. They had to get rid of it, Jeffy, because I know you can't really tell here, but see the little Indian guy on the horse back there?
Oh yeah.
He's riding off into the sunset. He's
Plus,
like, yeah.
it's not.
That's what they
That's
say.
not Somali centric enough. Right,
Yeah.
the one on the left.
It's not.
The one on the right, maybe not even.
Yeah.
Maybe they should just
I know.
go with the Somali flag exactly.
At this point,
Start
it's
flying
all but official, right?
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah.
You're becoming Somalia. You're electing people from Somalia to do the interests of Somalia. Just use the Somalian
Use
flag.
it.
Hilary Kennedy, coming up next.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Triple 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We've got Hilary Kennedy joining us here in a minute. She's going to talk about AI and CGI and things that are real or are they not real. And leading up to that, we thought we'd show you this. We're trying to figure out if this is real. This guy who saves his child.
It's a tough call.
From a train. Really tough call. This is pretty special. Watch this guy.
Oh, the music, though.
Oh, wow.
He kicked that train
Either
back.
that guy is super strong and quick,
You cannot tell
Or-
whether that is real
or
or
it's
not.
AI. I don't know. It's tough to tell. Here we go.
All right, watch it
You think
again.
he's just
Can
going to
we
pick the
slow it
kid up
down?
off the... Nope.
Oh.
He goes the other way and just kicks the train backward.
100%, man. So Hillary, is that real? Do you know? Can you tell
I feel
from
like
that?
this is the best use of AI right now. The memes, like this is what we should be using it for. But unfortunately, people
We're
are
not.
using it for far worse things, which is what I'm here to talk about. So yay.
Yay.
Because I'm sure all of you heard about what happened with Taylor Swift. There was there were deep fake porn images and video of Taylor
Wait, those were fake?
Yeah.
Swift. Were fake. What's crazy, if you've ever wondered about how quickly things circulate on social media, just one of those fake images of Taylor Swift was seen 47 million times on X before it was removed. And it was only up for about 17 hours.
And
So
it got to the point where you couldn't even search for Taylor Swift's name on Twitter.
That's right. So if you were looking for her name or anything to do with her, you couldn't find
They
it
took it down.
because X took it down. They were trying to keep it from circulating even more widely than it already did.
Well, nobody's ever searching for Taylor Swift, period.
Yeah, I mean, and what's interesting, that website that initially published these images of her, they've done this with lots of celebrities before, and Taylor had even considered legal action against them back in 2011. They posted a photo of her that was topless, but obviously it was not her. So this has been an ongoing
you telling me
problem.
This wasn't her. Wait a minute.
Jeffy feels duped.
Looking for evidence. Well, I have a video of how good the deep fake technology is if we want to run a clip of that.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Today I learned that this new viral beauty filter was created using machine learning. Unlike traditional beauty filters that use an augmented 3D face mesh that is overlaid on top of your face, filters like Bold Glamour, Teenage Look, uses a machine learning tech called GAN, meaning every pixel on your face is regenerated and then outputted after referencing another data set of images, which is why the filter looks so realistic. That is all. This is Zingsta, over and out.
Right.
That's dramatic and amazing, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it looks. I showed it to my husband, and he was like, "I can't tell which is the real girl. Like, which one is she?" Because there were like 3 different things, and so it's incredibly convincing. So people in Washington are finally trying to do something about this.
Yeah.
So it's called the Defiance Act. It was introduced by Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Dick Durbin, Lindsey Graham, Senator Josh Hawley, and then Senator Amy Klobuchar. And Durbin said sexually explicit deepfake content, it's often used to exploit and harass women, particularly public figures, politicians, and celebrities. Although the imagery may be fake, the harm to the victims from the distribution of these explicit deepfakes is very real. So it would enable people who are victims of this to be able to take civil action against anybody that produces it, possesses it with the intent to distribute it.
But you got to find them.
But you've got to find them.
You got to find them. I mean, that's like the, erectile dysfunction stuff.
Right.
I mean, you got to find them.
The facial cream. Everybody's quitting and stopping whatever they're doing to sell facial cream. But the Bill O'Reilly thing, that was erectile dysfunction, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So just finding whoever makes it. Well, and that's the problem right now. In most countries, the only way you can prosecute is if you can prove somebody did this as a revenge porn thing. But that's not the case if they don't know you.
Right,
and so that's the even bigger issue is, it used to only happen to public figures and celebrities, but now it's happening to everyday people. And the Daily Mail
put themselves online.
Yes. Daily Mail covered this. There was a woman who was she happened to be on X one day and got a notification of a video. She clicked on it. It was a video of her in a sexually explicit video, but she was like, she was so confused because she was like, I've never seen this man before. I don't know what's going on. But she said it was definitely me. And I was so
You know how many
disturbed
times
by
I've said that?
Hold on.
That's not me.
The Defiance
What are you
Act
talking about?
that you just referenced. So it's not only the creation, but it's also the possession of.
Yes. So
Jeffy?
it says if you received the deepfake images knowing the victim did not consent, then you can be held liable.
Yeah, but how would you know?
Okay.
How would you know?
Okay.
Right.
For instance, if you got Taylor Swift deep fakes, you don't know for sure whether she said it's okay or not, right?
I mean, that's
you
the
don't know
thing.
for
You
sure.
don't know.
Strange law.
Yeah, it was very weird.
Well, it's interesting. There was
And even if you, I'm sorry, but even if you own your name, image, and likeness, you still have to prove that they were abusing it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Go
Well,
ahead.
if they're alleging it's you and you've never posed naked and they're showing naked, then I mean that.
Then it is.
Then it is.
Yeah.
But you don't know. Yeah, okay. That's,
Well, and
what a weird.
I don't want men to think you're immune because this is happening to men as well. We hear about it with women far more often, but it is happening
And
with
I
men as well.
hate it. Man, do I hate it, Hilary. I'm with you 100%.
I can tell that you're real. You're going to join.
Oh, man.
You're going to join all the rallies.
I am sick of seeing it. I'll
It's
tell
going to
you
be
that.
a new Jeffy Giod,
Right, soon.
right?
Soon, yes.
Well, I thought this was very interesting. There was a study done. It was released to the Associated Press by an independent researcher named Genevieve O. And she said more than 143,000 new deepfake videos were posted online just last year. And that surpasses every other year combined, which is a lot of stuff. And then 96% of deepfake videos were non-consensual pornography. So that's a lot of people who...
96%?
96%. So it's pretty terrifying. But there are, like I said, there are people in Washington trying to do something about it. Congressman Tom Keene Jr., he's calling for safeguards to combat this trend. And then Karine Jean-Pierre.
What are the safeguards? I mean, I can appreciate it. You know, we had the tech CEOs in D.C. and they, are all saying that they're trying to do something. And, maybe I believe half of what they say. But I don't know that I want D.C.
the government
into
it. Yeah.
Well, I also think, too, a great example is these deepfake images of Taylor Swift are allegedly they were created by Microsoft tools. And so Lester Holt sat down with the CEO of Microsoft and asked him about it, and we have a clip of what he had to say.
Oh, okay.
Does it give you pause as to what the potential and how far you can take this?
Absolutely, in the sense that one of the things that I feel that's very healthy is we're not just talking about all of the things this new technology can do, but we're also talking about the unintended consequences.
So basically, he said, yes, it's alarming and it's disturbing, but then he didn't really pledge any concrete
you can't.
change or...
You can't. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you make your Microsoft tool inoperable at that point if you take away the ability to design.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and also one thing that I think people should be aware of, and why this is happening to just everyday people whose photos were lifted or videos were lifted from Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. There are a lot of these websites, but there's one in particular that advertises you can see any girl clothless with the click of a button.
So that's what popped up on the screen earlier.
Yes. It says, see anyone nude. And a standard package on the site, it allows you to generate 100 images per month for $29.95, while $99 will get you a premium of $420.
Is there a promo code?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, that's if there's just anybody.
This is just new reality. We're just going to have to accept it. This is our new reality, man.
Yes. So it's sad because I think there are a lot of everyday people who all of a sudden are going to find out or may never find out that these things are out there featuring them.
Wow. Yeah, well, that's the thing. They may never find out. But look, what's his face? Former head of Google, Eric Schmidt, said 15 years ago that people are going to they're going to need to have two identities. Yeah. They're going to need to have their online identity.
Right, because of everything they've done online.
That's correct.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people are trying. There are some people that we've elected to office that are trying to do some things about it. At least it's on their radar and they're trying to address it and figure it out. But again, like we've talked about, it's trying to track down where it originated from and prosecute those people. And a lot of times it's originating from overseas and other countries.
It's those Ruskies.
And what do you do?
Those bastards.
So,
Jeffy, is your reality worse offline or online? Like, where would you need the name change more? Where do you need a new identity?
It's just too late in every reality. For Jeffy, it's just played too late.
Yeah,
might as well just give into it now. Just own it. And that's what he does. He just owns it.
You have to. You just own it. That way, if somebody says, "Hey, look at this, how terrible this is," I know.
Right. I know. Don't look at it, then.
Right.
Don't look at it.
Thank you. Scroll on by.
What else you got?
How about you turn your phone off?
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right. I don't have a lot else other than, we've been hearing a lot about how expensive housing is.
Yeah.
And it's really, rent's gone up, mortgages are out of sight. So there is a guy who found a workaround. He and his girlfriend, they'd been living in a tent out in the woods, and they're in Pennsylvania. It was too cold. So they found that living in a storage unit was the solution.
That makes total sense.
That saves money. So they were actually living there. It was warm. It was comfortable. It's a climate-controlled environment.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a bathroom.
Is
they
it
have
a building?
24-hour access.
A building one? Or,
yes.
Yeah.
So they were loving life. However,
some Karen, right?
He has a TikTok, and he filmed like a home tour, essentially.
What a dummy.
Of their storage space.
It's kind of cool.
And
just being fun.
I didn't check this morning to see what the last number of views were, because he's got 130,000 followers on TikTok now.
Wow.
But it was viewed like 13 million times, and
once
it had
hits an algorithm,
over
it just grows.
14,000 comments. So a lot of people were like, hey, man, this is illegal. You're not actually supposed to be doing this. And of course, he got reported.
Of course.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
And then here they got kicked out.
Oh boy.
Go back to trying to live in the snow. Back to their
Not
tent.
good.
He should have kept his mouth shut.
Well, look, he just should have claimed that he was an illegal.
Right.
And now that he'd
Right.
been fined,
They would have let him stay.
You're darn right they would.
Yeah.
100%. But before you feel too sorry for Leland Brown Jr., age 28, from Hatfield, Pennsylvania, the reason he was homeless and without a job for a time was because he accidentally sent an OnlyFans photograph of his girlfriend to a coworker.
Oops.
And lost his job.
Oh, boy.
So
you can't do anything anymore at work. What are we talking about?
Accidentally?
Video?
Wait, what? He accidentally?
So he sent an OnlyFans video of his girlfriend?
His girlfriend.
To
it was either a
someone
photo
at
or
work.
video. Yes. And
so
got
so they
fired.
didn't want it?
I think it was probably not safe for work.
Kind of ridiculous, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
first of all,
yeah, kind of.
First of all, she should have considered it a compliment.
Yeah, that's what he was
that
just
he'd want to
pointing out.
share that with others.
You're just as hot as my girlfriend. Check it out.
Right. You know, we've got a video actually. You talk about how expensive it is to live. Guys living in a storage shed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This I thought. Can you play clip 14, Joe? This is an interesting. Welcome to your new reality where you will own nothing and be happy socialism. Watch this.
Imagine you move into a new apartment building and this is what you see in the lobby. You don't have to buy your own vacuum, printer, or folding chairs because the building has it for you here. Tulu has come up with this concept, which is really basic, but like, I don't know why it's taken us this long to get here.
No doubt.
And it's basically, they call it a smart rental store. And so as you could see here, like there's vacuums, these are like the robot floor cleaners, and then there's the printer. So like I live in a small New York City apartment. I need to print things, but I don't have space for a whole printer. And so instead, imagine if this was in my lobby, then everyone in the building could just use this one printer. There's an app, you can go in and like, I guess, pick whatever you want to use. And no, my building doesn't have it, but yes, I was curious. So I downloaded the app and said I just lived in a different building. And these are all your options. I think this one hits home the most because I am so desperate to print. You could send it to that printer and pay 60 cents and just have it and be done with it.
29 cents a page, 65 for color.
You don't have to store the printer, and you don't have to buy a printer in the first place. I
That's great
Yeah, it's a
until
good idea.
you and 10 other people need to use the printer at the same time.
Yeah, you have to
and
wait.
then you're standing in line
Somebody
waiting.
checked out the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
I got people coming over.
Yeah. All right, Hillary, thanks a lot. Appreciate
That's
it. We'll be watching for you on the 4-Minute Buzz coming
All
up
right,
in
thanks so much.
just moments. And HillaryKennedy.com, right? Just one L.
Thanks, Pat. Yep, Hillary is one L.
If you use
That's
two
it.
L's, do you have a redirect?
You'll still find me, but I
Okay.
won't
It
like you quite as much.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it. Look, we are less than 2 weeks away from Valentine's Day now. I mean, it's getting serious. It's on like Donkey Kong. Stay out of the penalty box. Send her flowers. I just sent my wife some bouquets, and she loved them. And again, she used to say, just don't get me flowers because they die too soon and it's a waste of money. Not with bouquets, short for bouquets. And right now, you can get 25% off your entire purchase at the Bouqs Company, Bouqs. It's my go-to flower source because their flowers are cut fresh. They're sourced directly from the best flower farms, even farms on the side of volcanoes, so they stay fresh way longer. It's really easy. You can buy roses in one click, or you can choose one of their unique modern designs that you can't find anywhere else, like the 100 red roses you've heard about. Valentine's Day is the 14th. Is that 2 weeks from?
So Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday?
Yep.
Is it? Okay. So it's coming up. It's like 10 days away, right? Well, 11 days away. No, 12 days away. Okay, it's 12 days away.
We got there.
What are we even?
I got there. Get off me. Bouqs, short for bouquet. That's BOUQS.com. Bouqs.com. Use the promo code PAT and get 25% off.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, speaking of Taylor Swift, as Hillary was moments ago with the whole deepfake thing, this is not a fake. She's been nominated for 6 more Grammys.
Yeah.
Has
we got the Grammys
she been
this
nominated for more Grammys than any person in history, I think?
Maybe. That might be a number. I'm not sure of that number yet, but we have the
very
Grammys
close.
this weekend. It's awesome. And big for you, Pat, just aside from Taylor Swift.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about you the other day as I was looking at the Grammys, what was going to happen at the Grammys.
Uh-huh.
Joni Mitchell is finally going to perform.
Finally.
At the Grammys.
How long?
Well, she's 80
have
now,
I?
And
what is she going to sing?
I don't know, but I hope that it's her only.
A big yellow taxi? Yeah.
Man, do I
Pay
hope
Paradise.
that.
Put up a parking lot. That's right. So we got that going for us at the Grammys. Joni Mitchell is performing. My gosh. Who else is performing?
Well, for one thing, they are going to, which is kind of cool. I think U2 is going to perform from the Sphere.
Oh, okay.
And they're going to do some kind of event as part of the Grammys from the Sphere. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
that
is kind of cool.
Would be kind of cool.
Yeah. That's a band with a lot of Grammy wins. I think 20, 22, somewhere in that neighborhood. Wow. But the nominees this year for Album of the Year, which is probably the biggest award that they give, John Batiste, don't know his stuff, World Music Radio, Boy Genius, The Record, Miley Cyrus, Endless Summer Vacation, Lana Del Rey.
For her.
Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? No. I don't know why that would be the name of an album either, but that's just me. Janelle Monáe, The Age of Pleasure. Olivia Rodrigo, Guts.
Yeah.
She's good.
I love her in the Guts album.
I like her. Taylor Swift, Midnights, and is it Ja with SOS? SZA. Ja? Anyway, she leads the Grammy nominations with 9. Taylor Swift only got 6, so I'm really pissed about that. All of us Swifties are all up in arms over that. Yeah, how can that be? How could you possibly nominate Ja for more awards than Tay-Tay?
So you're a Swiftie, huh?
Oh, big time.
Breaking news there.
You know that. Come on now. Come on. I mean, obviously.
Oh, we all are.
Record of the Year, John Batiste, Boy Genius, Miley Cyrus for Flowers, Billie Eilish for that Barbie song she did.
Yeah. Flowers is good, though. She might win for that.
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
Victoria Monet, On My Mama, Olivia Rodrigo with Vampire.
Vampire. They love that. Yeah.
Taylor Swift, Anti-Hero, and Ja with Kill Bill. I had no idea. I don't know any of those songs, but Vampire and What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish from the...
I mean, that's because you need to listen to something other than Taylor Swift, Pat.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You're right. I probably should expand my horizons just a bit. But it's kind of interesting when you dig into the Grammys and who's won the most. And I think the most has gone to Quincy Jones, which makes sense because he's produced everybody. And I think he has 28 Grammy Awards. But you think about bands like U2, who still, they have a lot, 22. Mm-hmm. But the Beatles, they don't have that many. The Stones, classic bands that are the most talented in the history of music, and they don't win these awards.
If they had or have shown up at the Grammys, everyone bows down to them, but they don't win.
Yeah, right. And so they don't show up. Yeah. They're sick and tired of losing all these. Beyonce beat Quincy
on the Grammys.
Jones?
She has 32. He has 28.
She has 32.
But they have more categories
My
than they did in the
gosh.
60s and stuff like that. I mean, it's
That's
probably
true.
that. And it's also the fact that look at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is just a symptom of that. Just anybody gets, most anybody gets in, whereas it used to mean something in the early days.
Right.
Like when the Beatles and
think about this.
and the Rock Hall of Fame
How
started.
many would you guess the Beatles have won? How many Grammys? They have won Grammys.
Yeah.
How many?
They have. We've talked about this before, too. I never can remember.
Yeah.
What did we talk about the nominations? Because Taylor
Single
is like...
digits, right?
Those are... that's the most weeks and stuff on the charts.
Yeah.
That's different. That's
this is
not
Grammys.
awards. Yeah,
so
that's not awards.
Beyonce has the record at 32.
So the Beatles have got to have what?
Quincy Jones.
11, 12?
7.
Oh, yeah.
7 Grammys.
Okay.
It's amazing. That's really amazing. But it's Sunday night, I think, if you're interested.
Yes.
Nobody watches these things anymore, and with good reason. They're boring. People you don't know and songs you've never heard win them, and it's like, I'm going to skip it. But you're going to miss some incredible performances.
I don't know if Taylor's going to be there or not. I honestly
She's
don't
in
know.
Japan. I doubt it. Right? Isn't she on tour in Japan?
She is on tour. The whole thing is her getting back to the Super Bowl, right? Getting back from Tokyo for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, for Travis
I know
Kelce.
There's the big numbers. I don't know if it's a conspiracy, but it's just she has a number thing with 13, right? That's her birthday, and so I know, so she The flight back from Tokyo was about 13 hours.
Here we go.
This is the 13th. I know. This is the 13th game that she's been to since she started dating Travis.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the 58th Super Bowl. 13.
13. Wait, what?
We got the numbers guy over here. Jeffy, the numbers guy.
How does 58?
5 plus 8.
It's the 58th Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right, I got it.
5 and 8.
You're
is
adding
13.
the. I see.
And the game is on what?
The 11th.
The
11, yeah, which is 13.
Wait, hold on.
Well, how is the 11, 13?
2 and 11. 2 plus 11 is 13, Pat. What? My gosh, man. What are you talking
Must
about?
walk you through every map.
Who is the numbers guy that used to steal
Gary.
this guy? Gary, the numbers guy. Yeah,
Jeffy.
from Cleveland.
Who's Jeffy, the numbers guy?
And he'd get so pissed if you called him out on any of it.
Oh, he unfollowed me because I called him out on a couple things.
Yeah, see? Yeah, he can't handle it.
Can you give us any more 13s here? I mean, we got a minute here to kill.
13 is one day before Valentine's Day, which is coming up on the 14th, and you want to order your cookies from Kexi right now so you can get them by Valentine's Day.
In fact, a good number of cases to order would be 13.
13, yeah, right. Right, 13 boxes of the Valentine's box would be great. You'll please
how
at
does
least
someone
13
do that?
people. You go to Kexi.com, KEKSI.com. You can save 10% off your order when you use the promo code
Winter Blues.
Exactly right. It was a great canon episode, and now it makes a great promo code. All right, have a great weekend.
49ers are playing. 4
there
plus
you go.
9.
There you
Oh,
go.
13!
Yes.
There you go! Wow!
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.